Confirm that you can hear me? Speaker.
Yes, doctor.
See, you can hear me.
I think Amin is driving right now.
Oh, I mean, it's driving here. There he is.
Yeah,
You see? Sitting. It's not
yeah.
driving.
He he already opened the camera and closed.
Okay, I can see. Oh, there's a car it. I mean, it's not. I'm gonna snap a photo, and then we're gonna continue with lecture. This is the last before we leave. Before we start with the lecture. Sorry. And I'm gonna. Where is it? Snapshot. Snapshot.
ما راك تخبيت.
بناخذ صورة عشان آه دلالة على حضوركم.
يلا تشيز جايز يلا. سواي.
امين مش ده. طيب كده واحد 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 اثنين ثلاثة. ايوه. نبعت لكم على تليجرام. شوف على تليجرام.
تليجرام يلا تمام.
شوف كده بيطلع باين. باين الصور. اسلام. Okay, you will now close your video. Finish. No more. Thank you. شكرا جزيلا. You may close your video now. شكرا.
عفوا دكتور. بروف.
اغلق الفيديو. خلاص. شكرا جزيلا. طيب. We will now start our lecture. I will now share with you all our ULearn. We go to our ULearn. It's our ULearn. Here it is. Now, ULearn is here. Novo Stanley. Novo Stanley registered, but he's not Novo. Yeah. You will see again. I'm gonna redo it. Should be in the front and then share. You can see me at the bottom. I could be here, could be here, could be here. Okay, now this is our lecture notes on. This is our ULearn page. Our ULearn page. BLHW 2792 Integrity and Anti-Corruption. This is an the latest subject offered to you all because last week we started the class, nobody turned up, so this is the second week. But you are the first student, the first cohort to take this course. This course actually is very new, just like philosophy and current issues. Also, a new subject, a new course was introduced last year, and the KIAR is the one in Bahasa Malaysia, which is Kursus Integriti dan Anti-Rasuah in Bahasa Malaysia. It's offered for the Malay students, the Malaysian students, but now it has been extended to international students. So they passed me last 2 weeks. They passed me to take over the class. It seems to be that all of international students, most of the university subject, they passed to me to take over. Not much has been prepared, but it's still in the making, still under construction. The course is still under construction. But don't worry, will by the end of the semester we get everything finished. We have the teaching plan, we have the the notes is in Bahasa, and then I just make it into English and then do some improvement because the presentation is not that good, the one in Bahasa. So I redo everything and then so that it will preserve the lecture notes that the Malaysian you are using, but yours will have the value added because it's It has been translated into English, and that has been improved. The note has been improved for you all. If you go to our lecture, our page, the ULearn page, the moment, and then the week 2, blah blah blah, and we'll add up accordingly as we go on. The lectures will go on, and then if we have a look at the general info, what did I put? This is the introduction. We see the logo. This is the agency in charge with the um, issues concerning integrity and bribery and anti-corruption in Malaysia. It's called Suruhanjaya Pencegahan Rasuah Malaysia. In short, SPRM. The initial S for Suruhanjaya, P for Pencegahan, R for Rasuah, and for Malaysia, SPRM, which is the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. MACC. The English one is MACC, Anti-Corruption Commission, Suruhanjaya, based in Putrajaya. This is how you join our Telegram group. You can scan or you can just click here. Now you've done it already, so you only click, it will come up to this page, and then you will register your name or join the group of KIAR. This in Bahasa. The English one is CIAC, which is Course on Integration and Anti-Corruption. In Bahasa, they use the word Rasuah, Al-Rishwatu, Al-Fasad, but in English it's supposed to be corruption, anti-corruption. Or in Bahasa also, they understand the word corruption. It could be anti-korupsi instead of corruption, korupsi. Go back our page. Stay back to the general info. I'm going to show you what do we have in the system. Now, this is me. I'm telling you about the platform of integrity and anti-corruption, CIAC or IAC, KIR, code number, sharing knowledge and valuable discussion within the national integrity and anti-corruption. Blended and display. It's blended already. We have last week. It was trying. It was going for face to face, but you did not turn up. So this week is online till the end of Ramadan, inshallah. It will include a number of activities and tasks that you need to complete throughout the course of this semester. Altogether, you have 10%, 20% marks from ULearn quiz activity, 20%. An extra 5% is your attendance class. And that another 40% coming from your group presentation and group paperwork writing. So 20 plus 20 is 60, but bonus 5 for attendance, 65. 65. Okay. And then it will complete it with the final assessment. The balance is coming from final assessment. But we'll go into detail later. This is the contact link. You follow your class. This is only a picture of it, but if you want to see it clearer, just click here or click here. It will open the page. Let me show you. Click here, open the page. Just to view. This one only happened for the first day of your registration. Here you are. 2792 KM, and BKM was the first students who was asking about the course. Then it's open to all faculties, actually, to all faculties. Here it is. And then that's the end of first page. And then the e-portfolio, my e-portfolio, click on the icon. This is my profile. You can scan, you can click here, or you can click on the page. This is introducing about the lecturers. You know me already, but a lot of things coming from my site to introduce you about me and my specialization. Remember, if you go to the menu bar, the upper header menu bar, we see a bit secondment. We've done it already, but just to rewind review what we have seen. You have seen it last. This one also the concern with the first day of lecture. The one in Bahas in English and the one in Arabic. And then my blogs, blah blah blah, the courses that I teach, and then evaluation, via Viva, media. You can have a look at it on your own once you are free. Testimony, students of my lecture and supervision. Okay. Contact, see my contact over here, see my personal card. It's my personal card. If you're confused, go back to the home page. Click over there. My e-portfolio. See working experience. I was in Egypt. I was in Brunei Darussalam. I was in Singapore. So a lot of a very wide international exposure. My research gate records. These are my publication online. Other than this platform would be Google Scholar, library, Google Scholar. There are more of this. Show more. Okay, I'm not going to go through because this will take time. I'm just showing you how to go through my repository, virtual. Also, you can see my publication over here. Here we are. It's a publication. Page 1, page 2, page 3, blah, 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 and so on. So I'm going to close it. I've shown you already. Close it. Then back to the profile. This is my conceptual model of teaching philosophy, the why I teach, what I teach, how I teach, and how I measure the effectiveness of my teaching. The telegram, this telegram will show you a video clip that I create one of the semester students with my lecture, followed up my lecture. That's it. Finish. Then close it. Okay. iPad Lab will be the platform whereby we can discuss, you can record your data. This is how I show you. I put on my data over here, data of teaching, research, and so on. You can put it over here. And it could be used also for brainstorming before the class starts. And you have done it. I think that's it. My profile, you can have a look at it. Everything is here. Finish. Now let's go back to the page. Mark has done already this one. Okay. Now go to close this one. Teaching plan. Teaching plan. This is a calendar. Bigger, you can see it. The calendar. What are we having? Focus on the red colored week. Part 1, 5 weeks. And 21st of April. But this timetable is not reliable, because 21st of April could be the first day of Idul Fitri. Moon viewing, Ru'yatul Hilal, will be on the 20th, Yom Al Khamis, and this is Friday. Friday might be the Idul Fitri. So I've already to the students to ask for reviewing. We should have freed the student on Wednesday, 19th of April, because they need to manage themselves, the ticketing and so on, because they are going back to their kampong, and then the international student will arrange the meeting with the embassies and so on for Hari Raya, for Idul Fitri. Otherwise, they will not be fully prepared for the celebration of Idul Fitri. So it should be Wednesday, leave the student, let them free. So 3 days before, not 21st, because Ru'yatul Hilal, viewing the crescent of Shawwal, will be on. So our class, so on the 20th, our class for Thursday should be cancelled or postponed, and then it could be 21st Friday or 22nd Saturday. And remember, we also look at the mathematical calculation on the so-called Falak Syari'i. And the Falak Syari'i indicates that the Hilal will be sighted, should be sighted. It's too old, so the Eid al-Fitr might happen, might fall on Friday. So this uh, end of and the first part of semester is not reliable. And then when are we open back? We are having a semester break for 1 week here, mid-semester break, 1 week, 22nd up to 30th of April. So on the 1st of May up to 30th of June, another 9 weeks will be the, and then beginning from 1st of July will be revision week for 1 week, and the examination will start on the 10th of July. So you always look at the red colored text. These are your concern. Others would be academic management, the Senate meeting, the um, birthdays, and so on. Yeah, that's the calendar. Teaching plan. These are the teaching plans. This is the teaching plan that we have for the course. Teaching plan, Center for Language Learning, Integrity and Anti-Corruption, IAC or CIAC in bahasa KIAR. Explain by the end of the course, you'll be able to explain the value of integrity in daily life. What's the value of, appraising of practicing the integrity in our life? Evaluate forms of corruption and abuse of power in life and organization. Evaluate the corruption and abuse of power happening in the organization, and then demonstrate that the value of integrity and corruption prevention through community activities. Yeah. Synopsis: the Integrity and Anti-Corruption course, CIAC KIAR, aims to introduce students to the practice of integrity and management corruption prevention in society and organization. Actually, the IAC is not merely in Malaysia, it's worldwide. All countries, India, China, United Kingdom, the Arab countries, you do have, or they do have, an anti-corruption is involved in controlling the uh, good governance, government. In the Arab countries, you have uh, النزاهة ومكافحة الفساد. النزاهة ومكافحة الفساد. It's been working on your various countries already to manage a good governance and pure, trustworthy government. Emphasis will be given to theories and practices related to the value, قيمة integrity and prevention of corruption. Corruption is more general compared to the word bribery. The word rishwah, bribery is only involve money. There are also laundering money. There are also misuse of power. It's more general to say corruption, to use the word corruption. El-fasad, mukafaha el-fasad. Issues, problems, and challenges of managing corruption in society and organizations. Learning activities include training in groups, simulations, writing official documents, and field work in various sectors of society. Muhammad Omar left the meeting. It's recorded and then join again. Why you misclick the button? You join, you leave. Okay, the sectors involved with the anti-corruption evaluation could be public sector, this is the government sector, could be the NGOs, the organizations, politics, and students. Remember, students also involved in integrity and anti-corruption because that's why we have reviewed the government. The Ministry of Higher Education has reviewed the, the curriculum of the study, and we see that corruption happen among the students as well. So we need to culturalize, make a new culture of the student. They need to be exposed to the anti-corruption course for all students, Malaysian and international students. That's why the idea came. The KIAR, the course was launched last year, and it was running for 2 semesters for the Malaysian. This is the third, and for this semester 2, 2022, 2023. That's the main idea. The main text, because it's Malaysia. In Malaysia case, they are referring to the Malaysian document from SPRM, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. So it's okay. I'm going to put it into English, and most of the references will be in Bahasa. We're going to refer as well internationally. It has been printed, published. The book has been published internationally in all countries, all including Arab countries, on issues concerning integrity and anti-corruption. And then we have course operandi, 14 weeks for 28 hours, 5 weeks for the first part of the semester, and another 9 weeks for the second part of the semester. The online learning, ours is on WebEx. We can also go to other, go Zoom, ULearn. We have ULearn site. We have Google Form, WhatsApp, Telegram. Approach method that we use is SCL, student-centered learning. We're going to generate students' activity marking, Scott mark. GA is group assignment, writing paperwork 30%, group presentation 30%, so that's 60. Another 20% from peers, ULearn activities, and also recorded in our Telegram. So that's already 70. Another 20 is the final assessment, continuous final assessment. We don't have final examination. We're going to follow this one for all the compulsory subject, university subjects. So altogether 100, but I add up to another 5%. It will assist you all to raise your another 5% attendance. The SLT, student learning time, official hours 2 hours, frequency 14, so total 28 hours as I mentioned earlier. And then the independent learning time among the students, 52 hours. Your preparation for the presentation, preparation for the paperwork, meeting, blah blah blah, and your presentation, we calculate it as 52 hours. So 52 hours plus 20 hours, 80 hours. That's why it's equal to 2 credit calculation. Credit hour that you get is 2. Co-curricular, you get only 1. For certain subject, you get 3. But for generally, it's 2 2 credit hours. So you're getting two credit hours from this course. Subject assessment, this is the outcome that we mentioned earlier. Outcome of the learning, 3 items, and then compared with the activities. These are the activities we calculate general general assignment, the group presentation, then you learn. And then that's it. Altogether are 20, 50, 30, so it become 100. That's how we get score mark. This is the curriculum, the weekly plan. Lecture 1 will be introduction to integrity and anti-corruption. This is what we are doing now. Clustering group, we'll do it later on because not fully attended at the moment. Some can we adjust a bit, but it should be before the semester break. The creation of groups. It depends on number of the students. The content of introduction to integrity and anti-corruption. We have discussion on general knowledge of IAC, the object of corruption. Higher education institution. HEI stands for higher education institution. Could be universities, could be university college, could be polytechnic, but it's called higher education institution. Why was the course created at HEI? Why? Something really new. Why? What's the reason behind? Why are we touching the student? Why are we exposing the student to the issue of anti-corruption? Because it involves the student. There has been studies showing seriously the anti-corruption, the integrity involves students. Because they are at the point of transition. They are going to work. Some have been doing the part-time work already. So the sense of anti-corruption should be there. Things to be learned in this course. This is the one that we're going to finish today. And then lecture 2 will be corruption, why it is important for you to understand, and the content detail later on. The corruption in particular bribery, Ar-Rashi wal Murtashi finnar. That hadith of Rasul. The Prophet used to say, Ar-Rashi wal Murtashi. The one that give bribery, the one that take bribery, they receive bribery, both will be in hell. Lecture 4, week 4, is an introduction to MACC. This is an agency in function to control, to enforce the anti-corruption policy in Malaysia, particularly in Malaysia, MACC. And then week 5 on the corruption based on MACC Act. This is an Act, rules and regulation 2009. And then semester break, and then continuity to the previous topic, and then white collar crime continuity, and then understand and negative effect of corruption, government enforcement of anti-corruption acts and laws, the complaint management, and the last one would be corporate liabilities and integrity corruption cost summary and finish. Then we are ready for the not final examination, will be final assessment. Inshallah. That's it. We have shown you at the moment is four students in 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 maintain. Only 6 of you. Now let's go back to the main page. Go back to the main page. Resources. Let's teaching plan. Go to resource. The example of issue of anti-corruption is not only in Malaysia, it's in Saudi Arabia, in Yemen, and elsewhere. Talking about integrity and anti-corruption. It's a contra. If we practice integrity, the anti-corruption will be waived, will not happen. Let's hear a few discussion in the Arab countries on the anti-corruption, on the so-called mukafaha il-fasad al-nazaha wa mukafaha il-fasad.
بدعوكم لمتابعة التقرير الأول في لقائنا النهاردة، وهو تقرير من داخل
ده تلفزيون مصر النهارده تلفزيون مصر
من قلب جامعة بني سويف عن دورة تدريبية لأعضاء هيئة التدريس بالجامعة عن النزاهة والشفافية ومكافحة الفساد.
تبقى المعلوم حد واحد اكيد لو مغري لا الحاجات مختلفه نستص الحاجات دي من الجهات المسؤوله عشان ما يحصلش تضارب.
اولا احنا بدانا مجموعه من الدورات الخاصه بتنميه قدرات الساده اعضاء هيئه التدريس ومعاونيهم بجامعه بني سويف تحت رعايه الاستاذ الدكتور منصور حسن رئيس الجامعه. واحنا بدانا النهارده بالدوره الاهم وهي دوره مكافحه الفساد او بنعلم القي باعتبارها مؤسسه حكوميه الرقابه الاداريه في مواجهه الفساد واليات توجيه الراي العام لمحاربه الفساد.
أعضاء التدريس بعنوان النزاهه والشفافيه ومكافحه الفساد. طبعا فيه الجامعه متبعه يعني نظام معين طبقا لقرارات الاستدعاء للجامعات وبديل عن معاون في تنفيذ الاستراتيجيه الوطنيه للاجهزه المسؤوله عن تنفيذ الاستراتيجيه.
That's one example of training دورة تدريبية training of نزاهة ومكافحة الفساد في جامعة بني سويف بمصر. Another one discussion in I think this is Saudi Arabia. I think I'm opening. This is Saudi Arabia. ضد الفساد. Corruption. The line is a bit slow. It is slow. Got it.
السلام عليكم، معك عادل من نزاهة.
وعليكم السلام، حياك الله.
البلاغ اللي قدمته للهيئة عن طريق التطبيق عندنا بعض الاستفسارات حوله إذا الوقت يساعد.
صحيح، تفضل أخوي.
حفاظاً على سرية المعلومات راح نترك المبلغ والموظف في خصوصية تامة ونعطيك فكرة عن مراحل البلاغ في الهيئة الوطنية لمكافحة الفساد. كل بلاغ يصل للهيئة عن طريق القنوات المتعددة التي وفرتها الهيئة للمبلغين. تستقبل الهيئة البلاغ بكل سرية وتتأكد من تلبية الاشتراطات ومن ثم تعمل على دراسته وتكييفه قانونياً وتحديد آلية معالجته وتنظيم رحلة التحقق من البلاغ. للهيئة الصلاحية الكاملة للاطلاع على كل ما يخدم البلاغ وطلب المستندات اللازمة. وبعد التحقق تحيل الهيئة ما توصلت له من نتائج إلى الجهات المعنية كلا بحسب اختصاصه وتقوم بمتابعتها لاتخاذ اللازم حسب الأنظمة المطبقة في المملكة. معا ضد الفساد.
معا ضد الفساد. This is another one. Also the Arab countries. And the نشرة الأخبار مكافحة الفساد. I just want to show you how the idea of anti-corruption is worldwide issue. It's not only in Malaysia. So it's worthwhile for the international students to follow this course seriously. And it will give credit when you start working on you have followed this course special on مكافحة الفساد on anti-corruption. And let's listen to the MBC, Middle East Broadcasting. MBC is opening the file. يلا بينا يا MBC.
عبد الرحمن العدلان المتحدث الرسمي لهيئة مكافحة الفساد. أستاذ عبد الرحمن، مساك الله بالخير.
مساء الخير أستاذ علي، حياك الله وحيا المشاهدين الكرام.
أستاذ عبد الرحمن، الأمر الحقيقة يعني أسعد الناس وأسعد كل واحد يعني يكره الفساد ويكافح الفساد، لكن كيف راح يترجم على الأرض هذا القرار؟
شكرا لك استاذ علي وللقناه MBC وللمشاهدين الكرام. والحقيقه يعني اتشرف الحقيقه بان ارفع يعني اسمع ايات الشكر والتقدير لمقام سيدي خادم الحرمين الشريفين وصاحب السمو الملكي ولي العهد الامين على الحقيقه صدور هذا الامر السامي الكريم اللي صدر يوم الخميس الماضي، والخاص بتوفير الحمايه الكافيه لكل من يتقدم ببلاغ ضد ممارسات الفساد. الحقيقه الهيئه يعني انطلاقا من مسؤولياتها واختصاصاتها وانطلاقا ايضا مما اوجبته الاتفاقيه الدوليه لمكافحه الفساد تعمل على حمايه المبلغين.
حماية المبلغين to protect those who come out. Now, integrity and corruption in the Western countries. Talking about the world now.
A lot of people talk a good game, don't they? They say they're going to do this and that. But when push comes to shove, they disappear. When it's game time, they're nowhere to be seen. They're going to be the best ever, but their work ethic shows average effort. They say they're going to be rich or famous, but their habits are poor and ordinary. Talking is not enough. You must do. Talking is not enough. You must put in the work. You must develop the habit of following through with your word. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. It's called integrity. When you honor your word, you build pride for yourself and respect from others. When you don't, when you talk the talk and never walk, you lose pride and you lose respect. Repeat to yourself every day. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I give my word, I do it. If I talk, I walk. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I give my word, I do it. If I talk it, I will walk it. When it gets hard, I gave my word. Keep your word, do the work, get the results, game time. This is my word. I've said it. Now I will do it.
Full of motivation. I do it, I will walk it. If you say something, you will do it. Full of motivation.
If you're tired of getting looked over, then do what you said you'll do.
Let them know.
Then you'll stand out. It's called integrity. See, nowadays we need a contract for everything. I read there was a point in time in history when a handshake was all you needed. See, if you just simply do what you said you would do, they wouldn't look to the next individual for that promotion. They'll look to you. That new business partner, that new client, no problem. Because there's nobody else out there like you. See, there's not many people living by the code of ethics, the code of integrity. Do unto others as you want done unto you. We all know the saying, but very few of us live it. Treat every client you get as gold. See, you folk person as somebody who give you some money. Instead, you need to be focused on how you're going to serve them better. They came to you for a solution. Either you have the answer or you don't. See, we live in a society now where no one can be trusted. Everybody's after that next dollar. What are you looking to have? A one-time client or a client that does business with you for life? Have integrity, then you have everything.
If you have integrity, then you have everything. Integrity, explanation.
We're going to answer the question, what is integrity? And as usual,
This one later will be the lecture note for the integrity. And I think that's it. We have some. This one.
Bribery comes in many different forms and exists throughout.
That's bribery. Okay, we'll see it later, this one, the detail of it. Now let's go back to the, finish this one, week 1. We've discussed about the learning outcome. Now this is the lecture notes, and this is capture from a newspaper on the UKM, Music Bangsa and Malaysia Integrity Action Plan 2021-2025. We are within the ranging years to boost integrity of all universities concerned. I really talk about integrity and anti-corruption. And we'll talk about the National Anti-Corruption Plan, NACP. This is the one that has been projected or planned by the UKM to with the plan, so-called Integrity Plan 2021-2025. Detail will come up in our lecture. Launched by MACC, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, and the UKM in collaboration. The plan, the NACP, this one, the plan also provides a systematic platform and channels in tackling corruption with monitoring and reporting mechanism of any misconduct that may be made to the top management of UKM and so on. This is also the integrity and anti-bribery course will be mandatory for tertiary students soon. That's you and all the Malaysian students. The course on KIAR, CIAC mandatory is free for university students. Tertiary students will be the university students. That's why it's coming your way now. This decision was made by a special cabinet committee on anti-corruption, implemented in 2023 this year. See, will be implemented 2023 this year, but it has been done end of last year, so it's just timely follow the time as projected. The course will be easily comprehensible to make students aware of how corruption affects the country and the students themselves. To educate them not to offer or ask for bribes. Do not ask for bribes or corruption. This is what's the point of introducing the course to the students as compulsory and mandatory. The student leaders could also help the MACC spread this important message. MACC could help with the implementation of this initiative. The students that among this youth, among these young people, they are former students of tertiary students. Temptation of corruption often happen when you enter the working world. Before you enter the working world, we need to train you not to be involved in the anti-corruption. Corruption among the under 30s statistics from 2020, the corruption happened under 30 years old, under the age of 30 years old, it happened. The data say arrested 275 and indicted 151, confirmed case happened. Who are those? By gender, 231 men, 44 women, age 18 to 30. That's your age. Young people, youth. Indicted 11, age 23, 140 cases, aged 44. Convicted 85 people, convicted. Positive case, proven. Yep. This is a book produced by SPRM, the MACC. It's an e-book. It will help you a lot. I'm going to show you in a while. But this is spread out in the newspaper. Integrity, anti-corruption course in varsities from next year, which is this year. The Special Cabinet Committee on Anti-Corruption wants the subject to be made compulsory for all students, says Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC. you want to read the full paper cut, just click. I did not attach. Okay, now let's have a look at the ebook. You can make a reference of how it goes on, how it works, the anti-corruption. Click to open the ebook on the anti-corruption, and this is good enough for you to make a reference of it. Page, content, concern of shape of purpose, Malaysian MACC, the legal tool, MKRA, fighting corruption, combating frauds in the private sector, blah, 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 and so on. Next page. Next page. This is ebooks, MACC. Continue, anti-corruption, how it started, the colonial era, and then we go to independent commissions, and then we have officially the MACC based in Putrajaya. Then we have check and balance mechanism, the legal tools. And then some will go into lecture note later on. But this is the reference, the main laundering and anti-terrorism financing, mutual assistance criminal matters, penal code, custom act, election offences, strengthening integrity, government management of integrity. See, a lot of things has been going on. Now let's proceed. It goes up to how many pages altogether? Quite a number of pages. But we use this as our reference for further use later on. Okay. Finish. Later on, we're going to refer to it. Okay. Go back to the note. Before we go on with with our lecture note, let's have a look at your contribution to our what? Contribution to our Padlet. Padlet. Click on the Padlet. There you are. Those who have contributed, we have Abdullah Khalid, Ali, Amin, Ayman, and Muhammad Omar. Actually, Muhammad Omar and Ayman was the first one to offer the idea, and I've gone through, and it's quite meaningful. It's meaningful and significant. Look at what they say. Muhammad Omar, integrity has an important role as an effort to prevent corruption, because integrity is symbolized by honesty, transparency, responsibility, and has a positive impact on preventing corruption. The topic is how does integrity prevent corruption? Good point. It's not detailed, but he has a picture. This is a picture. Committing to promote values of integrity, transparency, strengthening internal system, support corruption prevention, complying to the laws, fighting any form of corrupt practice, MMCC. Good. There are other pages, but not of relevance. This is the one which is relevant. Okay. Go back. Okay, now Ayman Mashwali. Corruption is a complex social. He was studying the corruption, and then emphasis should be placed on strengthening the capacity of private to prevent corruption and enhance integrity. We prevent corruption by supporting integrity measures in order to address the phenomenon of corruption. A workshop or training. Okay, not much of answering the question. This is the very nearest one that gives a good explanation. I mean, with the picture there, explaining how the so-called integrity help to prevent explanation. Integrity, what is integrity? Prevent corruption. There are three ways how to how corruption could be prevented using the integrity. First, when individuals and organizations act with integrity, they are less likely to engage in unethical, illegal activities such as bribery, fraud, embezzlement. They are more likely to follow the rules and regulations that govern their behavior. Number two, integrity promotes transparency and accountability. When individuals and organizations with integrity, they are more likely to be open and honest. Number three, integrity fosters a culture. It's culturalized. It make it a culture. Trust and respect. When individuals and organizations act with integrity, they build trust with the stakeholder, the employee, the customer, supplier, so they are the stakeholder. In summary, the integrity is a key factor in preventing corruption. It promotes ethical good. And then Abdullah, last but not least, offered, but we have 6 attenders, but only 4 throw the idea of what integrity and anti-corruption. It's a lack of integrity is the root of cause of corruption. Good lack of integrity, root cause for corruption. Then it is important to define integrity. Integrity, blah blah blah, definition, and then a person is not born with or without either integrity and ethics. They are learned from the family and society. One may choose to adapt the rules, value, beliefs, or principle. Blah 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 is against okay, meaningful. But this is clearer. The one by Amin Muhammad is the most clearer one. Okay, now that's it. Let's go. Oh, this one. We publish this one. We can just publish this one. Gonna publish it. It's one of your activity. Gonna publish it as PDF. Publish PDF. It's publishing. There we are. How many pages? 2 pages. Just 2 pages. Okay. Gonna shorten the URL. Create new link. Then the destination. This is a long topic. I did not copy it. Copy. And then destination, the long. Oh, it's there, but it's a bit slow again. Okay. Title option. You're gonna put title as what? Integrity. Create, please. Gonna create it here. It's creating. Got it. This is the code number. This is the new URL, the shorted one. Gonna put it inside our Telegram. There it is. That's our Telegram. Telegram. That's it. And then just to make variety of the way we could access it, we're gonna create the QR code. From the QR code, we're gonna snapshot the QR code, take the QR code, and then save it or paste it in our Telegram so that we can always find ways to access it. Telegram. Here we are. That's your product of the day. You have your picture, attendance. You have for the essay, for the publication, and that's it. Let's go back to the lecture notes. We'll just go to you learn first. We'll go to you learn. Here it is. And the first lecture note. Have to go to here it is. Click here or here anywhere. Click open lecture note. That's it. Full screen. Can I make it full screen? Okay. Overview of integrity and anti-corruption. learning outcome, as we mentioned earlier, understand the background and overview of integrity and anti-corruption, acknowledge the importance of it, perceive the approach to be used in this course. Concern for the young people. Why young people, why youth need to be given serious attention in the prevention of corruption? Because they are going into work, they need to be trained, they need to in front of them in preparation for, when they are going for internship, they're going for work, part-time and so on, and full-time work. Based on MACC, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, the Suruhanjaya Pencegahan Rasuah Malaysia records, it says that we should all be concerned about corruption among students. Look at the study 2002 by UTeM, Corruption Perception Study in Malaysia. 494 student respondents, study on the students, and 30.5%, almost 31% of the student respondents are willing, so they are willing to accept bribes. Musta'idin عشان بياخدون رشوة if there is power and opportunity. If they have opportunity, if they have power, they are willing to get the bribery, 31%, because they do not know it's a crime. The Statistik Kebangsaan Malaysia, National University of Malaysia in 2002, last 20 years. This study measures society's perception of corruption, tolerance for corruption, and experience in corruption crimes. Among the findings of the students is that 30.5% of student respondents are willing to accept bribery if it is power. They have power and opportunity. Respondents are among 494 higher education institution students. This finding shows the willingness of students to engage in corruption, especially when they enter the world of work. Is it true? We're going to confirm that this is a true fact, a true data. Or is it the student just talking without intending to commit? They just talk, or is it true? We're going to have a look at what it is. Evaluate. Become a reality. It's a reality. It's not only word. 52.6, 2,975 respondents. MAC arrest involving youth in the 5-year period, 2015-2020. MAC has arrest number of cases involving the youth. UTeM has become a reality. Study 2002. Youth arrested 2015 2020, 5 years. The group of students in question year 2002 have entered the work of work. The current age is 35 to 40 years old. So based on MACC, the highest number of arrests are among the youth under 40 years old. The point shows that student confession in 2002 is true. The fact is of great concern to the country. That's why it's a great concern to the country, because it becomes with the peak 52.6% of 2,975 respondents involved in bribery or corruption. Now, the government introduced the National Anti-Corruption Plan, as we mentioned earlier, the NACP, 2019 to 2023. The 5-year plan was launched on 29th of January 2019 by the 7th Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir. The plan is the government's policy and instruction regarding the prevention of corruption. NACP is the main policy of the country related to anti-corruption for a period of 5 years up to 2023. Current years with the last of implementation, and that it might be extended or it might be reviewed, the policy. The NACP, National Plan. The policy applies to all ministries, public agencies, GLCs, and then private companies. With the NACP, other plans such as National Integrity Plan, PIN, the existing one, government are void because they are focusing on NACP within that 5 years. National Anti-Corruption Plan. What is it? The content of NACP? NACP consists of 6 strategies and 115 initiatives. Under the NACP, there are 6 strategies and 17 strategy objective and 115 initiatives. These are the 6 strategies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strategies. And the initiative, we have under each strategy, 6 strategies, we have initiative, 35 strategies, 31, altogether is 115 initiatives. Remember, the strategy 1 is strengthening political integrity and accountability, number of activities, 35. Strategy 2, strengthening the effectiveness of public service delivery, activities, 31. Strategy 3, increasing the efficiency and transparency in public procurement. Number initiative 16, enhancing credibility of legal and judiciary, rule of law. Strategy 5, institutionalizing credibility of law enforcement agencies. And last but not least, the strategy 6, inculcating good governance in corporate entities. 10 altogether. We'll end over here the lecture note. We'll continue next week. This slide has not finished yet, but it will be completed next week, inshallah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a full text. We go to, can you click with me, click on the Mentimeter. You will click on the Mentimeter together, Mentimeter, and that will open the page. You will need the code number. You will need the code number over here. I'm giving you the code number now, and you will type on your machine, and then you can access, can reply to the what? To the study. Here it is. The code number is 7435 146. Can I put it full screen? That's it. 7435146. That's the code number. Gonna put it as well inside our Telegram. Mentimeter code. There you are. Go back to the page. Let's go back to the page. Here it is. Now you can start answering. You can choose two statements, which is which. Why study integrity and anti-corruption? Why are you studying it? What's the importance of it? Number one, someone who works with integrity will be free from corruption. Do you like this one? Do you prefer this one? Or to give awareness and change to all the younger generation, to provide awareness and change. Integrity concerns the second, soundness of moral principle. Concern the soundness of moral principle. To understand and realize the importance of having high integrity and ethics. Honesty is the best policy. Wow. One has give answer. We have another. Yep. So others to offer the answers. At the moment, we have one only out of 4 students in class. Others, please answer your question. Give your vote. Actually, give your vote. Now, we've seen over here. 2 out of 4. Majority goes to number 1, statement 1, and statement 5. No, let's go to statement 5. Is the most popular now. Out of 3, 1 more to answer, and then we can see. I'm gonna print out the screen. At the moment, the one that will give answer number 4. Number 4, student. Wow, number 4 have mentioned. Okay, it shows that majority goes for statement 5, recognizing those with high integrity and ethics. We need to study, and we give credit to those with high ethics. And number 2 in preference is to understand and realize the importance of having the character of Anti-corruption, good. Number 1 will be number 3 in preference. Someone who works with integrity will be free from corruption. Very good. This concerns the topic. So 5, 4, 1 is the most. Actually, all are correct, but these are the most important and significant one. Okay, now we will in screen. We need to so that you can see your performance and your in our class. We can see your performance in our class. Yeah, out of 4 responses over there. Gonna copy and then paste in our Telegram. You can always have a look at your activities. It's proven. You can see my photo is there. That's it. It's very good. I think that's it for today. We have reached our lecture time now. Let's go. I will now stop sharing. Open to question before we leave for 1 minute only. No question. If no question, just give your reaction. My reaction, confetti, celebrate. Any other reaction? You can type on the chat. You can orally speak, or you can confetti. Thank you, Abdullah Khalid, for the response. And Muhammad Omar as well, the thumbs up. And Qaid Muhammad with thumbs up as well. I mean, no, I can see your response. Aiman as well. So confirm Islam Ahmed Hashim and Honorable Stanley. We cannot see the interaction. Okay, I will now stop recording. The recording we may put inside our ULearn as well later on.